Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jack who believed that education was the key to happiness. He spent most of his life studying and working hard to get good grades, thinking that a good education would guarantee him a happy and fulfilling life. After graduating from college with top honors, Jack landed a well-paying job at a prestigious firm. He was excited to begin his career and put his education to use, but soon he realized that his job was tedious and unfulfilling. He found himself working long hours, often sacrificing time with his family and friends. As time went on, Jack became more and more disillusioned with his life. He had achieved everything he had set out to do, but he was not happy. He started to realize that despite his impressive education and successful career, he had not found true happiness. One day, Jack met an old man who lived in a small village. Despite his lack of education, the old man was one of the happiest people Jack had ever met. He spent his days fishing, playing with his grandchildren, and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Jack was intrigued by the old man's happiness and decided to spend some time in the village to learn from him. Over the course of several months, Jack observed the old man's simple but fulfilling life and realized that true happiness did not come from academic achievements or material possessions. Instead, he found that happiness came from spending time with loved ones, pursuing one's passions, and finding contentment in the present moment. Jack realized that his obsession with education and success had blinded him to the simple joys of life, and that he needed to make a change in order to find true happiness. So, Jack quit his job and moved to the village, where he spent his days fishing, playing with children, and enjoying the beauty of nature. He realized that while education was important, it was not the key to happiness. True happiness came from living a simple, fulfilling life and finding joy in the small things. Happiness in life can be described as a general feeling of contentment and satisfaction with one's circumstances, relationships, and overall experience of living. While everyone may have different factors that contribute to their happiness, some common elements of a happy life include positive relationships with family, friends, and loved ones, a sense of purpose and fulfillment from meaningful work or hobbies, good physical and mental health, financial stability and security, a sense of community and belonging, personal growth and learning opportunities, enjoyment of simple pleasures and experiences, gratitude and a positive attitude towards life. It's important to note that happiness is a subjective experience and can mean different things to different people. What brings happiness to one person may not bring the same level of satisfaction to another. Ultimately, happiness is a personal and individual pursuit, and it's up to each person to define and cultivate their own sense of happiness in life. Of course, everyone's individual experiences and perspectives will shape their own understanding of what contributes to their happiness. It's important to regularly check in with oneself to identify the things that bring joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction in life, and to prioritize these things whenever possible. Ultimately, happiness is a journey, not a destination, and it requires ongoing effort and attention to cultivate and maintain. The lessons in this book present a unique perspective on happiness in life. The idea that setting and achieving goals is key to cultivating a sense of fulfillment and contentment. However, before we can pursue our goals, we must first address any negative thought patterns or beliefs that may be holding us back. In this book, you will discover 10 essential life lessons that are often overlooked in traditional education, yet are crucial for navigating life's challenges and achieving personal success. By applying these 10 lessons to your life, you'll not only be better equipped to pursue your goals, but you'll also gain valuable insights into how to cultivate happiness and well-being. So whether you're struggling with self-doubt, feeling stuck in a rut, or simply looking for ways to live a more fulfilling life, this book will provide you with the tools and strategies you need to thrive. With a positive attitude and a willingness to learn and grow, you can unlock your full potential and create a life of joy and purpose. Lesson 1. Handling Pressure. John was a college student who had always been a high achiever. He was determined to get good grades and impress his professors, but his drive for success came at a cost. John found himself constantly stressed and anxious about his assignments, and he struggled to manage his workload and extracurricular activities. One semester, John signed up for 5 courses, a part-time job, and a leadership role in a student organization. At first, he thought he could handle the pressure, but as the workload piled up, he began to feel overwhelmed. Despite his best efforts to stay organized and manage his time efficiently, John started to fall behind in his coursework. He became more and more anxious as deadlines approached, and his grades started to suffer. Feeling hopeless and stressed, John reached out to a counselor at his school's mental health center. The counselor helped him recognize that his workload was simply too much for him to handle and encouraged him to prioritize his mental health over his grades. John made the difficult decision to drop one of his courses and step down from his leadership role. Although it was a hard choice, he soon realized that it was the right one. With fewer commitments, John was able to focus more on his remaining courses and his job, and he began to feel less stressed. Over time, John learned to set more realistic expectations for himself and to prioritize his mental health. He still worked hard and got good grades, but he no longer let his drive for success consume him. He found a balance between his academic and personal life, and felt much happier and more fulfilled as a result. Pressure is a feeling of mental or emotional strain that arises from the demands, expectations, or requirements of a particular situation. It can come from external sources, such as a deadline or a demanding boss, or from internal sources, such as self-imposed expectations or performance anxiety. Pressure can be both positive and negative. Positive pressure, also known as eustress, can motivate and energize us to achieve our goals, while negative pressure, also known as distress, can be overwhelming and cause anxiety and stress. It's important to recognize when pressure is becoming negative and take steps to manage it effectively. There is no doubt that pressure and stress can have negative effects on our physical and mental health. When we are under pressure, our bodies release stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which can cause a range of physical symptoms, including headaches, muscle tension, high blood pressure, and digestive problems. In addition, chronic stress can weaken the immune system and increase the risk of developing chronic illnesses, such as heart disease, diabetes, and depression. Moreover, the pressure to perform can lead to mental health problems, such as anxiety and depression. When we feel that we are constantly under pressure to meet deadlines, achieve goals, or perform at a high level, we may become overwhelmed and feel a sense of hopelessness or despair. This can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and burnout, which can further exacerbate physical symptoms and affect our overall quality of life. In many cases, The pressure to succeed comes from external sources, such as work or family expectations, but it can also be self-imposed. We may feel that we need to excel in all areas of our lives to be successful, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. To combat the negative effects of pressure on our health, it is important to find ways to manage stress and prioritize self-care. This may include practicing relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga, setting realistic goals, and learning to say no to additional responsibilities when necessary. In addition, seeking support from friends, family, or a mental health professional can be helpful in managing stress and promoting overall well-being. By taking steps to manage pressure and prioritize our health, we can reduce the risk of illness and improve our quality of life. Pressure is a common experience in our daily lives, from school, work, family, and relationships. It can be challenging to handle. Here are some strategies that can help you manage pressure effectively. Prioritize and plan. Identify the most important tasks that need to be completed and make a plan to tackle them one at a time. Break down larger tasks into smaller, manageable ones to reduce feelings of overwhelm. Practice time management. Manage your time effectively by setting realistic deadlines, creating a schedule, and prioritizing your tasks. Avoid procrastination and try to stay focused on one task at a time. Take breaks. Taking short breaks throughout the day can help you recharge and refocus. Taking a walk, stretching, or practicing mindfulness can be helpful in reducing stress and improving productivity. Exercise regularly. Exercise is a great way to relieve stress and tension. It can also help you feel more energized and focused, which can improve your ability to handle pressure. Practice relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing, meditation, or visualization, can help you calm your mind and reduce stress. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Reach out to colleagues, friends, or family members for support or guidance when you're feeling overwhelmed. Maintain a positive attitude. Try to maintain a positive attitude and focus on solutions rather than problems. Remind yourself of past successes and stay motivated to achieve your goals. Break down the task into smaller steps. Sometimes the feeling of pressure can come from the idea of tackling a large or complex task. Break down the task into smaller, more manageable steps and focus on completing one step at a time. Focus on what you can control. Some aspects of a situation may be out of your control, and focusing on them can create unnecessary stress. Focus on the aspects that you can control and take action on those. Visualize success. Visualizing yourself successfully completing a task can be a powerful way to reduce pressure and anxiety. Imagine yourself completing the task with confidence and ease, and focus on how it feels to succeed. Get organized. Being organized can help reduce feelings of pressure and stress. Make sure your workspace is organized, and create a to-do list to help you stay on track. Practice self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential in managing pressure. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and doing activities you enjoy. Taking care of yourself will help you feel more energized and better equipped to handle pressure. Learn from mistakes. When mistakes happen, try to learn from them instead of dwelling on them. Focus on what you can do differently next time to improve your performance and reduce pressure. Remember, managing pressure is about finding what works for you. Try different strategies and techniques, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. With time and practice, You can learn to handle pressure in a healthy and effective way. Once upon a time, there was a man named Alex who had always struggled with anger and frustration. Whenever something went wrong, he would lash out and become defensive, often hurting the people around him. One day, Alex's negative emotions got the best of him. He was driving home from work when another driver cut him off in traffic. Without thinking, Alex honked his horn and yelled out the window, cursing at the other driver. The driver responded with a rude gesture, and Alex's anger boiled over. He began to tailgate the other driver, swerving around him and cutting him off. The other driver, intimidated by Alex's aggressive behavior, eventually pulled over and got out of his car. In the heat of the moment, Alex punched the other driver in the face, causing him to fall to the ground. The police were called, and Alex was arrested for assault. As he sat in jail, he realized how his negative emotions had completely consumed him. He had let his anger and frustration get the best of him, and it had led him to a terrible mistake that would have serious consequences. Over time, Alex began to reflect on his behavior and seek help for his anger issues. He attended anger management classes and worked with a therapist to understand the root causes of his negative emotions. He also apologized to the other driver and tried to make amends for his actions. With time and effort, Alex was able to control his negative emotions and develop healthier coping mechanisms. He learned to take deep breaths and step back from situations that triggered his anger, and he worked on cultivating a more positive and compassionate mindset. Although the experience was difficult, it ultimately helped Alex become a more self-aware and empathetic person. There are often situations that arise and impact us, such as driving on the freeway and suddenly having a car cut in front of us without signaling. In these moments, it can be easy to become angry and retaliate by cutting in front of the other driver, leading to a dangerous road rage incident. This type of behavior not only puts ourselves in danger, but also endangers other drivers on the road. The potential consequences can be severe, including traffic violations, car accidents, bodily injury, or even death. However, if we adopt a positive mindset in these situations, we can avoid such negative outcomes. Instead of reacting angrily to the driver who cut us off, we can choose to think positively and assume that the other driver must be in a hurry. In this case, it's better to slow down and allow them to pass us safely. By focusing on positive thoughts and behaviors, we can avoid dangerous situations and promote safe driving practices. In summary, it's clear that negative and positive thinking have a significant impact on our behavior and outcomes. By choosing to adopt a positive mindset, we can avoid potentially dangerous situations and ensure that we are contributing to a safe and positive environment for ourselves and those around us. Negative emotions are emotions that are unpleasant, uncomfortable, and often associated with feelings of distress or unhappiness. Some common negative emotions include sadness, anger, fear, anxiety, envy, and shame. Negative emotions can be triggered by a variety of situations, such as experiencing loss or failure, feeling rejected or excluded, or facing a perceived threat. They can also be a response to internal factors, such as negative self-talk or cognitive distortions. While negative emotions can be uncomfortable to experience, they serve an important function in our lives. They can help us identify problems or areas of our lives that need attention and can motivate us to take action to address them. However, when negative emotions become chronic or overwhelming, they can have a negative impact on our mental and physical health. It's important to learn healthy ways to cope with negative emotions, such as mindfulness, self-compassion, and seeking support from others. Here are some common negative emotions. Anger, a strong feeling of displeasure or hostility. Sadness, a feeling of sorrow or grief, often accompanied by tears. Anxiety, a feeling of unease or nervousness, often accompanied by physical symptoms such as sweating, shaking, or a rapid heartbeat. Fear, a feeling of apprehension or dread in response to a perceived threat or danger. Guilt, a feeling of remorse or regret for something you've done or failed to do. Negative emotions are a normal part of the human experience, and everyone experiences them from time to time. However, if negative emotions become persistent or overwhelming, they can have a negative impact on mental health and well-being. It's important to learn effective strategies for managing negative emotions, such as mindfulness, relaxation techniques, and seeking support from others. Handling negative emotions can be a challenging experience, but there are several strategies that can help. Here are some techniques that you might find helpful. Recognize and acknowledge your emotions. The first step in handling negative emotions is to identify and acknowledge them. This can help you understand why you're feeling a certain way and allow you to work through them. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool for managing negative emotions. By staying present in the moment and focusing on your breath, you can calm your mind and create space for more positive emotions to emerge. Express your emotions. Sometimes, expressing your emotions to someone you trust can be helpful. This can be a friend, family member, or a therapist. By sharing your feelings with someone else, you can feel heard and validated. Engage in activities that make you happy. Doing things that you enjoy can help shift your focus away from negative emotions. This could be anything from exercising to reading a book to spending time with friends. Challenge negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can feed negative emotions. By challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with more positive ones, you can change the way you feel. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're taking care of your physical needs by eating well, getting enough sleep, and exercising regularly. When your body is healthy, you're more equipped to handle negative emotions. Use relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or visualization can help you calm down and reduce stress and anxiety. Write in a journal. Writing down your thoughts and feelings in a journal can be a helpful way to process and understand them. It can also help you gain a new perspective and come up with solutions for how to handle them. Practice self-compassion. Instead of being hard on yourself for experiencing negative emotions, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would treat a friend who is going through a tough time. Seek professional help. If you're struggling to manage your negative emotions on your own, it may be helpful to seek professional help from a therapist or counselor. They can provide you with additional support, guidance, and techniques for managing your emotions. Practice gratitude. Focusing on things that you're grateful for can help shift your perspective and bring more positivity into your life. Take some time each day to reflect on the things you're thankful for, no matter how small they may seem. Everyone experiences negative emotions from time to time, and it's okay to ask for help when you need it. With practice and patience, you can learn to handle negative emotions in healthy and productive ways. It's important to distance ourselves from people who have a negative mindset, as they can bring us down with their pessimistic outlook. Negative people can often make us feel like we are not deserving of success, that we cannot afford what we want, and that we will never be able to achieve our dreams. This kind of thinking can be toxic and prevent us from reaching our full potential. On the other hand, a positive attitude is crucial for fulfilling our dreams and achieving our goals. By focusing on the positive, we can cultivate a mindset that tells us, I can do this, I've got this, I can learn this, and I will find a way to afford this. When we approach challenges with a positive attitude, we are more likely to find solutions and overcome obstacles. In summary, it's important to surround ourselves with positive influences and to cultivate a positive mindset. By doing so, we can overcome negative thinking and achieve our goals with confidence and determination. Lesson 3. Learn from mistakes. Once, there was a young woman named Emily who had always been a perfectionist. She had high expectations for herself and was determined to succeed in everything she did. One day, Emily was assigned a big project at work that required her to manage a team of coworkers. She had a clear vision for how the project should be completed, and she was confident that her team could deliver the results she wanted. However, as the project progressed, Emily began to realize that her approach wasn't working. Her team was struggling to keep up with her expectations, and morale was starting to suffer. Despite her initial reluctance to admit failure, Emily eventually realized that she had made a mistake. Instead of continuing to push her team in the same direction, Emily decided to take a step back and reevaluate her strategy. She reached out to her coworkers for feedback and listened to their concerns and suggestions. She also reflected on her own actions and realized that she had been too focused on achieving a certain outcome rather than collaborating with her team. With this newfound insight, Emily changed her approach. She started to involve her team more in the decision-making process and encouraged them to share their ideas and perspectives. She also set more realistic expectations and recognized that mistakes were a natural part of the learning process. Over time, Emily's team began to work more efficiently and effectively together. They started to feel more empowered and engaged in the project, and morale improved significantly. Emily learned that sometimes it's okay to make mistakes, and that admitting failure and seeking help can ultimately lead to greater success. As the project neared completion, Emily felt proud of what they had accomplished. She realized that she had grown as a leader and as a person, and that she was grateful for the opportunity to learn from her mistakes. A mistake in life is an action or decision that results in an unintended outcome and may cause negative consequences. Mistakes are a natural part of the human experience, and everyone makes them at some point in their lives. Some common mistakes that people make in life include poor decision-making, making a decision that ultimately leads to negative consequences, such as financial difficulties or damaging relationships, miscommunication, failing to communicate effectively, resulting in misunderstandings or conflicts, procrastination, putting off important tasks until the last minute, which can lead to stress and poor performance, inaction, failing to take action when action is required, which can lead to missed opportunities or negative consequences. Impulsive behavior, acting on impulse without considering the potential consequences. Neglecting personal needs, failing to take care of one's physical or emotional needs, which can lead to burnout or other health issues. It's important to remember that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process and can be opportunities for growth and development. However, It's also important to learn from mistakes and take steps to prevent them from happening again in the future. This may involve reflection, seeking feedback from others, and developing strategies for managing similar situations in the future. Learning from mistakes is an essential part of personal and professional growth. Here are some strategies for effectively learning from mistakes. Acknowledge the mistake. Admitting that you made a mistake is the first step in learning from it. It can be uncomfortable to acknowledge your mistake, but it's essential in moving forward. Take responsibility. Taking responsibility for your mistake shows accountability and helps you regain control of the situation. Avoid making excuses or blaming others for your mistake. Reflect on the mistake. Take some time to reflect on what happened and why the mistake occurred. Analyze the situation and identify the factors that contributed to the mistake. Identify the lesson. Every mistake provides an opportunity to learn and grow. Identify the lesson that you can take away from the mistake and use it to avoid making similar mistakes in the future. Develop an action plan. Based on what you learned, create an action plan for how to handle similar situations in the future. Consider what steps you can take to prevent the mistake from happening again. Implement changes. Once you have identified the lesson and developed an action plan, it's time to implement the changes. Take action to prevent similar mistakes from occurring and monitor your progress to ensure that the changes are effective. Forgive yourself. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay to forgive yourself. Holding on to feelings of guilt or shame can be counterproductive, so try to let go of negative emotions and focus on moving forward. Seek feedback. Asking for feedback from others can provide valuable insights into what went wrong and how to improve. Seek feedback from people you trust and be open to constructive criticism. Practice self-compassion. It's important to be kind and compassionate with yourself when learning from mistakes. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Keep a journal. Writing about your mistakes and what you learned can help you reflect on the situation and gain perspective. Write down what you learned from the mistake, what you would do differently in the future, and how you plan to implement the changes. Embrace the growth mindset. Embrace the growth mindset, which is the belief that intelligence and abilities can be developed through hard work and dedication. Adopting this mindset can help you view mistakes as opportunities for growth and improvement. Learning from mistakes is a process that takes time and practice. It's important to approach mistakes with a positive attitude and a growth mindset. Be patient with yourself and remember that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes in life. Making a mistake for the first time is understandable, but it's crucial to learn from the mistake and avoid repeating it in the future. For instance, when packing and moving to a new house, I once put all of my glassware next to each other without proper bubble wrap, assuming that newspaper would be sufficient to prevent breakage. Unfortunately, my glasses broke due to bumps on the road. From that day forward, I learned that every single glass should be wrapped with bubble wrap to avoid breakage. If we don't learn from our mistakes, we are bound to repeat them. Simply thinking, "It was just bad luck and won't happen again," is not enough to prevent future mistakes. It's important to reflect on the mistake, analyze why it happened, and make changes to avoid it happening again in the future. When we learn from our mistakes, we become better equipped to handle challenges and overcome obstacles. In summary, it's normal to make mistakes in life. but we should always strive to learn from them. By analyzing our mistakes and making changes to avoid them in the future, we can become more successful and capable individuals. Lesson 4. Handling Criticism. Once, there was a young man named David who was a talented artist. He had a unique style and vision for his artwork, and he poured his heart and soul into each piece. One day, David was invited to showcase his art in a gallery. Excited for the opportunity, he eagerly submitted his best works for the exhibition. However, when the show opened, David was met with some unexpected criticism. Several art critics were in attendance, and they didn't have the same appreciation for his style that he did. They pointed out flaws in his technique and criticized his choice of subject matter. At first, David was devastated. He had put so much time and effort into his art, and it was hard to hear that it wasn't being received as he had hoped. But instead of giving up, David decided to take the criticism as a learning opportunity. He reached out to some of the critics and asked for more feedback. He listened carefully to their critiques and took notes on how he could improve his technique. He also reflected on his own artistic vision and considered how he could refine and clarify it. With this new perspective, David began to make changes to his art. He experimented with different techniques and tried out new subject matter. He also continued to seek out feedback from other artists and critics. Over time, David's art began to evolve and grow. He learned to take criticism in stride and use it as a tool for self-improvement. And while he never lost his passion for his unique artistic style, he was able to refine it and make it even more impactful. Eventually, David's art gained a wider audience and he was invited to exhibit in other galleries. He remained open to feedback and continued to evolve his craft, always seeking new ways to challenge himself and push the boundaries of his art. Criticism is the act of evaluating or analyzing something or someone and making a judgment or providing feedback about it. It is a way of expressing opinions or observations about a particular person, idea, or object. Criticism can be positive or negative in nature. Positive criticism, also known as constructive criticism, is feedback that is intended to be helpful and supportive. It focuses on the strengths of the person or thing being evaluated and provides specific recommendations for improvement. Negative criticism, also known as destructive criticism, is feedback that is intended to be hurtful or dismissive. It focuses on the weaknesses or flaws of the person or thing being evaluated and may not provide specific suggestions for improvement. Criticism can be given in various forms, including verbal or written feedback, performance reviews, or critiques. It is a normal part of the learning process and can be used to help individuals or groups improve and grow. However, it's important to remember that criticism can also be subjective and should be taken with a grain of salt. It's important to consider the source of the criticism and evaluate it objectively before deciding how to respond. Handling criticism can be challenging, but it's an important skill to develop, both personally and professionally. Here are some strategies for handling criticism effectively. Stay calm and avoid becoming defensive. It can be tempting to become defensive when receiving criticism, but this will only escalate the situation. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and listen to what the person has to say. Don't take it personally. Remember that criticism is not a personal attack on you as a person. It's simply feedback on a specific behavior or action. Try to separate your identity from the criticism and focus on the specific issue. Listen actively. Listen to the person's feedback without interrupting or becoming defensive. Ask questions to clarify the feedback and make sure you understand their perspective. Say thank you. Express gratitude for the feedback, even if it's difficult to hear. Acknowledge the person's effort in providing feedback and let them know that you value their input. Take time to reflect. After receiving criticism, take some time to reflect on the feedback. Consider what the person said and think about how you can use the feedback to improve. Identify areas for improvement. Use the feedback to identify areas for improvement. Consider what changes you can make to your behavior or actions to address the criticism. Take action. Implement the changes you identified and monitor your progress. Make sure to follow up with the person who provided the feedback to let them know what you've done. Consider the source. When receiving criticism, consider the source of the feedback. Is the person credible and knowledgeable on the topic? Do they have your best interests in mind? This can help you put the feedback into perspective and determine how seriously to take it. Use it as a learning opportunity. Criticism can be a valuable learning opportunity. Try to approach it with a growth mindset and use it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Look for patterns. If you're receiving criticism from multiple sources, try to identify any patterns or recurring themes. This can help you identify areas for improvement and make more meaningful changes. Be open to feedback. Be open to feedback, even if it's not what you want to hear. It can be easy to dismiss feedback that is critical or negative, but this can prevent you from learning and growing. Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on the criticism, focus on finding solutions. Consider what changes you can make to address the feedback and improve your performance. Practice self-compassion. It's important to be kind and compassionate with yourself when receiving criticism. Remember that everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay to ask for help or support when you need it. Remember, handling criticism is a process that takes time and practice. It's important to approach criticism with a positive attitude and a growth mindset. Be patient with yourself, and remember that every criticism is an opportunity to learn and improve. Lesson 5. Praise is better than criticism. Once, there was a young woman named Maria who was passionate about science and dreamed of one day becoming a doctor. She worked hard in school and dedicated herself to her studies, and eventually she was accepted into a prestigious medical school. However, medical school was much more challenging than Maria had anticipated. The coursework was rigorous and demanding, and she often felt overwhelmed by the workload. Despite these challenges, Maria remained committed to her goal of becoming a doctor. She sought out extra help when she needed it, stayed up late studying, and worked tirelessly to master the material. As she progressed through medical school, Maria's hard work began to pay off. She excelled in her classes and impressed her professors with her dedication and determination. One day, Maria was called into her professor's office for a meeting. She was nervous, fearing that she had done something wrong or that her grades were slipping. To her surprise, the meeting was to offer her congratulations. Her professor praised her for her hard work and dedication and told her that she was one of the most impressive students he had seen in years. Hearing this praise was a turning point for Maria. It reaffirmed her commitment to her studies and gave her the confidence she needed to continue pushing herself. With renewed motivation, Maria went on to graduate at the top of her class and was accepted into her top choice residency program. She eventually became a successful doctor, and her dedication and hard work paid off in countless ways. This success story shows the power of praise in motivating and encouraging individuals to continue striving towards their goals. By recognizing Maria's hard work and dedication, her professor helped to boost her confidence and propel her towards success. Criticism and praise are two different forms of feedback that people receive in response to their actions or behaviors. Criticism is feedback that points out the perceived shortcomings or flaws in a person's actions or behaviors. It is often intended to help the person improve or correct their behavior in the future. While constructive criticism can be helpful and supportive, negative criticism can be hurtful and dismissive. Praise, on the other hand, is feedback that highlights the positive aspects of a person's actions or behaviors. It is intended to acknowledge and reinforce positive behaviors and can help to boost a person's confidence and motivation. Praise can have several benefits, including increased motivation. Praise can be a powerful motivator, as it reinforces positive behaviors and encourages individuals to continue doing what they are doing. When individuals feel appreciated and valued, they are more likely to continue working hard and making positive contributions. Improved self-esteem. Praise can help to boost an individual's self-esteem and confidence. When individuals receive positive feedback, they feel good about themselves and their abilities, which can lead to increased self-confidence and a more positive self-image. Better relationships. Praise can help to build positive relationships between individuals. When individuals feel appreciated and valued by others, they are more likely to feel connected and supported, which can lead to stronger relationships. Increased productivity. Praise can lead to increased productivity, as individuals are more motivated to work hard and to make positive contributions when they feel appreciated and valued. Better mental health. Praise can also have positive effects on mental health. When individuals receive positive feedback, they may feel less stressed, anxious, or depressed, and more positive and optimistic about their future. In general, offering praise can yield a variety of advantages for individuals, teams, and organizations alike. Praising positive actions and behaviors can contribute to establishing a more favorable and efficient workplace atmosphere and inspire individuals to continue pursuing excellence. Furthermore, whereas criticism can engender negative thoughts, expressing praise can promote positive thinking. Remember, handling criticism is a process that takes time and practice. It's important to approach criticism with a positive attitude and a growth mindset. Be patient with yourself and remember that every criticism is an opportunity to learn and improve. Lesson 6. Setting Goals. Once, there was a young man named Tom who lived a comfortable but unfulfilling life. He had a good job, a nice house, and plenty of friends, but he didn't feel like he was really achieving anything meaningful. Tom had never really set any goals for himself. He simply went through life doing what was expected of him and never really stopping to think about what he truly wanted. As a result, he often felt aimless and unfulfilled. He would spend his evenings watching TV or scrolling through social media, wondering why he didn't feel more satisfied with his life. One day, Tom stumbled upon an old high school friend's social media page. He saw that this friend had become a successful entrepreneur and was traveling the world, living a life of adventure and excitement. Tom felt a pang of jealousy and regret. He realized that he had never set any goals for himself, and as a result, he was stuck in a life that felt boring and unfulfilling. He decided to make a change. He started setting goals for himself, both big and small, and worked hard to achieve them. He took up new hobbies, traveled to new places, and pursued his passions. As he began achieving his goals, Tom felt a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. He realized that setting goals had given him a direction in life, and he was now able to work towards something meaningful. The story of Tom shows the importance of setting goals in life. Without goals, it can be easy to feel aimless and unfulfilled. But by setting specific goals and working towards them, individuals can find purpose and fulfillment in their lives. A goal in life is a specific, measurable, and achievable objective that you want to accomplish in your personal or professional life. Goals help individuals identify what they want to achieve and provide a roadmap for achieving it. Setting goals is an important process that can help you clarify what you want to achieve and provide a roadmap for achieving it. Here are some steps you can follow to set effective goals. Identify your priorities. Start by identifying what is most important to you in your personal or professional life. Think about what you want to achieve and what areas you want to improve in. Make your goals specific. Once you have identified your priorities, it's important to make your goals specific and measurable. For example, instead of setting a vague goal like lose weight, set a specific goal like lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months. Set realistic and achievable goals. It's important to set goals that are realistic and achievable based on your skills, resources, and time constraints. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration and disappointment, while achievable goals can help build momentum and confidence. Break down your goals into smaller steps. Breaking down your goals into smaller steps can help make them more manageable and less overwhelming. Identify the specific actions you need to take to achieve your goal, and set deadlines for each step. Write down your goals. Writing down your goals can help you clarify them and keep them top of mind. Put them in a visible place where you can see them regularly, such as on a whiteboard, in a journal, or on your computer desktop. Monitor your progress. Regularly monitoring your progress can help you stay on track and make any necessary adjustments to your approach. Consider setting up regular check-ins or milestones to evaluate your progress and make any necessary course corrections. Identify potential obstacles and plan for them. It's important to anticipate potential obstacles or challenges that may arise as you work toward your goals. Think about the possible barriers you may encounter and come up with a plan to address them proactively. This can help you stay motivated and stay on track towards achieving your goals. Share your goals with others. Sharing your goals with trusted friends, family members, or colleagues can help you stay accountable and receive support and encouragement along the way. You may also consider finding a mentor or coach who can provide guidance and support as you work toward your goals. Celebrate your successes. Celebrating your successes, even small ones, can help you stay motivated and feel good about your progress. Take time to acknowledge your achievements and celebrate your hard work and progress toward your goals. Review and revise your goals regularly. it's important to regularly review and revise your goals as needed. As you make progress toward your goals, you may find that your priorities or circumstances change, and your goals may need to be adjusted accordingly. Regularly reviewing your goals can help ensure that they remain relevant and aligned with your priorities and values. In addition to setting your goals, for many people, having an idol can be a source of inspiration, motivation, and guidance. It can be someone who has achieved success, overcome challenges, and has qualities that you admire and want to emulate. While it's good to have someone to look up to, it's important to remember that everyone has their unique journey and circumstances. Therefore, blindly following someone else's path may not be the best approach for achieving your own goals. Instead, you can use your idol as a source of inspiration and guidance to develop your own life goals that align with your values, skills, and passions. Consider what you want to achieve and how you can use your idol's success and qualities as a blueprint or inspiration to get there. Jordan was one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and Kobe Bryant was a huge fan of his growing up. In fact, Kobe idolized Jordan and modeled much of his game after him. Kobe first saw Jordan play when he was just 6 years old, and he was immediately captivated by his talent and skill on the court. Kobe would watch Jordan's games and try to emulate his moves and techniques, even going so far as to study footage of Jordan's games and practice his moves for hours on end. As Kobe grew older and began playing basketball himself, he continued to look up to Jordan as a role model and inspiration. He worked tirelessly to improve his own game and become the best player he could be, just like Jordan. Over time, Kobe developed his own unique style of play, but he never forgot the impact that Jordan had on his life and career. When Jordan retired from basketball, Kobe was one of the first people to reach out and offer his congratulations and thanks for all the inspiration Jordan had provided him over the years. In the years that followed, Kobe went on to become one of the greatest basketball players in his own right, winning numerous awards and accolades and inspiring countless young athletes around the world. But throughout it all, he remained a devoted fan and admirer of Jordan, the player who had first inspired him to pursue his dreams and become a basketball legend in his own right. Also, keep in mind that your goals may change over time as you grow and learn more about yourself and the world around you. Therefore, be flexible and adaptable in your approach, and don't be afraid to pivot or adjust your plans if needed. Remember that setting goals is a continuous process, and it's okay to revise your goals or adjust your approach as needed. By following these steps, you can set effective goals that help you achieve what you want in your personal or professional life. Lesson 7. Stay sharp. Once, there was a man named John who worked long hours at a demanding job. He was constantly stressed and exhausted, and he found that the only way to cope was to come home and spend his evenings on the couch watching TV or playing video games. At first, John enjoyed the feeling of being able to relax and unwind after a long day at work. But over time, he began to feel more and more lethargic. He found that he was becoming lazy and that he had no energy or motivation to do anything productive with his free time. Despite this, John continued to spend his evenings on the couch. He didn't see the harm in relaxing after a hard day's work, and he didn't feel like he had the energy to do anything else. One day, John's friend invited him to go on a weekend hiking trip. John initially declined, saying that he was too tired and that he just wanted to relax at home. But something about his friend's invitation struck a chord with John. He realized that he had been spending too much time being lazy and that he needed to start finding ways to stay active and engaged with the world. He decided to go on the hiking trip and found that he enjoyed the challenge of pushing himself physically. He began incorporating more physical activity into his daily routine and found that he had more energy and motivation as a result. While John still enjoyed relaxing and unwinding after a long day, he learned the importance of finding balance between relaxation and hard work. He realized that being lazy all the time was not fulfilling or satisfying, and that he needed to stay engaged with the world in order to truly thrive. After you set your goal, you have to prepare to stay sharp mentally and physically, because those are very important components to achieve your goal for several reasons. Better cognitive function. When you stay mentally sharp, you are able to think more clearly, process information more quickly, and make better decisions. This can improve your performance at work or school and enhance your overall quality of life. Improved memory. Staying mentally active can help improve memory and cognitive function, which can be especially important as you age. Increased productivity. When you are mentally sharp, you are able to work more efficiently and effectively, which can lead to increased productivity and better performance in your professional and personal life. Better physical health. Regular physical activity and healthy habits can help reduce the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Improved mood. Staying sharp mentally and physically can help boost your mood and reduce the risk of depression and anxiety. Overall, staying sharp mentally and physically can improve your quality of life, enhance your performance in various areas of life, and help reduce the risk of physical and mental health problems. Staying sharp mentally and physically is important for maintaining overall health and well-being. Here are some tips for staying sharp. Engage in regular physical activity. Regular exercise can help improve cognitive function, boost mood, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity per day. Challenge your brain. Engage in activities that challenge your brain, such as crossword puzzles, learning a new language, or playing strategy games. These activities can help improve cognitive function and memory. Get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep is crucial for mental and physical health. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night and establish a regular sleep schedule. Eat a healthy diet. A healthy diet that includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can provide the nutrients your brain needs to function at its best. Stay socially engaged. Social interaction can help improve cognitive function and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Make time for social activities with friends and family. Manage stress. Chronic stress can have negative effects on mental and physical health. Practice stress management techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or yoga. If you don't make an effort to learn new things, knowledge, news, technology, music, etc., you may experience a sense of stagnation in your personal or professional life. Learning can be a way to keep yourself engaged and motivated, and without it, you may feel like you're not making progress or growing as a person. This can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. In addition to feeling stagnant, You may miss out on opportunities if you don't learn new things. Learning can open up new avenues for personal and professional growth, and without it, you may find yourself unable to take advantage of opportunities that come your way. For example, you may not be able to advance in your career, travel to new places, or experience new things. Another consequence of not learning is that your skills and knowledge may become outdated. The world is constantly changing, and if you don't keep up with new technologies or changes in your industry, you may find yourself struggling to adapt. This could limit your career options or make it difficult to stay competitive in your field. Finally, not learning new things can limit your perspective and understanding of the world. Learning can help you broaden your horizons and gain new insights into different cultures, perspectives, and ways of thinking. Without it, you may have a limited understanding of the world around you and find it difficult to connect with people from different backgrounds. In conclusion, learning new things is an important part of personal and professional growth. It can help you stay engaged and motivated, keep your skills up to date, and give you a broader perspective on the world. If you don't make an effort to learn new things, you may experience stagnation, miss out on opportunities, become outdated, and limit your understanding of the world. Lesson 8. Get into the circle of your goal. A social circle refers to the group of people with whom an individual regularly interacts and shares social activities, such as friends, family, co-workers, and acquaintances. The size and composition of a social circle can vary widely depending on a person's personality, interests, and lifestyle. Social circles can provide individuals with emotional support, a sense of belonging, and opportunities for social interaction and activities. Having a diverse social circle that includes people with different backgrounds, interests, and perspectives can help broaden one's horizons and enrich one's life experiences. Building and maintaining a healthy social circle can also have positive effects on mental and physical health, including reducing stress and anxiety, improving self-esteem, and increasing feelings of happiness and well-being. There was a high school student named Sarah who was a straight-A student and always followed the rules. She was proud of her academic achievements and felt like she was on track for a successful future. One day, Sarah met a group of students who were known for being bad. They skipped classes, talked back to teachers, and got into trouble with the school administration. At first, Sarah was hesitant to hang out with them. She didn't want to be associated with their behavior and didn't want to risk getting in trouble herself. But over time, Sarah found herself drawn to the group. They seemed to have more fun than the other students, and they didn't take everything so seriously. She started spending more time with them, and soon she was skipping classes and getting into trouble too. At first, Sarah thought it was exciting to be breaking the rules and hanging out with the cool kids. But soon, she realized that her grades were slipping and she was getting into trouble with her parents and teachers. She realized that she had lost sight of her academic goals and was heading down a dangerous path. Sarah decided to distance herself from the bad students and focus on her studies. She worked hard to get back on track and eventually regained her status as a top student. Looking back on her experience, Sarah realized that she had been foolish to think that hanging out with the wrong crowd was worth sacrificing her academic achievements and her future. She learned the importance of surrounding herself with positive influences and staying true to her own values and goals. In the end, Sarah was able to turn her experience into a valuable lesson and continued to thrive academically and personally. Having a strong social circle can greatly impact your success in life. If you surround yourself with people who have similar goals and aspirations, you're more likely to achieve them. On the other hand, if you're part of a negative social circle, it's more likely that you'll adopt their behaviors and attitudes. For example, if you're looking to become a successful student, it's important to surround yourself with other students who are motivated and excel academically. If you want to be a top salesperson, you may want to seek out colleagues who consistently perform at a high level. If you're trying to lose weight, finding a supportive group of people who are also trying to reach their health goals can be incredibly helpful. So how do you go about finding and joining the social circle that will help you achieve your goals? One way is to seek out like-minded individuals through clubs, organizations, or online communities. Attend events or meetings related to your interests and actively engage with others. You may also want to reach out to people in your existing network and express your goals and desire to join a group that shares those goals. Getting close to your social circle can take time and effort, but here are additional tips to help you build deeper connections. Be yourself. One of the most important things you can do to build closer relationships is to be yourself. When you are genuine and authentic, people are more likely to feel comfortable and connect with you. Show interest in others. People love to talk about themselves, so show an interest in others and ask questions about their lives, interests, and experiences. Be reliable. Being dependable and reliable can help build trust and strengthen relationships. Make an effort to follow through on your commitments and be there for your friends and acquaintances when they need you. Share experiences. Sharing experiences and activities can help build closer connections. Plan outings, activities, and events with your social circle, and make an effort to participate in activities that interest them. Communicate openly and honestly. Open and honest communication can help build trust and strengthen relationships. Be willing to share your thoughts and feelings, and listen attentively when others share with you. Once you've established your goal of maintaining both physical and mental sharpness, it's important to surround yourself with a supportive social circle that shares your mindset. This can help you to learn from others' experiences, receive support and guidance, and avoid making similar mistakes. By building a community of like-minded individuals, you can gain valuable insights, motivation, and support on your journey towards achieving your goals. Lesson 9. Providing value. There was an employee named Jenny who worked in a fast-paced, high-pressure office environment. Her department was always busy, and the workload could be overwhelming at times. Despite this, Jenny always made sure to go above and beyond in her work and was known for her exceptional performance. One day, Jenny noticed that one of her colleagues was struggling with a project. She could see that her colleague was stressed and overwhelmed, and that the deadline was fast approaching. Jenny knew that the project was important and that her colleague needed help, so she offered to assist her. Jenny spent her free time working with her colleague, answering questions, providing guidance, and offering her own insights and expertise. She helped her colleague to break down the project into manageable tasks and worked with her to develop a plan for completion. Through her hard work and dedication, Jenny was able to help her colleague complete the project on time and to a high standard. Her colleague was grateful for the support and thanked Jenny for her help. Jenny's efforts did not go unnoticed by her superiors. They saw how she went above and beyond to help her colleague and were impressed by her teamwork and dedication. They recognized Jenny's contributions and praised her for her hard work. Through her actions, Jenny not only helped her colleague complete the project, But she also demonstrated the importance of teamwork, collaboration, and going the extra mile. She showed that success in the workplace is not just about individual achievement, but also about supporting and helping others. Jenny's actions inspired her colleagues to work together and help each other out, ultimately leading to a more productive and harmonious workplace. When we set our goal, we are asking for something we didn't have before. So in order to earn something we didn't have before, we have to provide something we have. For example, my goal is making $2,000 a month. So I find a job and provide my time to work to earn that goal. That is to provide value to another. You can provide value directly or indirectly. The example we just had is direct value. Indirect value is when you provide someone value and you will not see the result directly. Another example. I want to be a top car salesman. In order to achieve that goal, I share every bit of knowledge I have about a car's details, maintaining performance and reliability with every client I have, no matter whether they bought from me or not. Sooner or later, the one who didn't buy from me will remember my service and refer friends to buy their car from me. That is indirectly providing value to achieve your goal. Providing value to others is important for building strong relationships and enhancing your reputation. Here are some ways to provide value to others. Share your expertise. If you have a particular area of expertise or knowledge, share it with others. This can be through mentoring, teaching, or simply offering advice or guidance. Be a good listener. Being a good listener can be incredibly valuable to others. People often appreciate having someone who will listen to them without judgment and offer empathy and support. Help others achieve their goals. If someone you know is trying to achieve a goal, offer your support and assistance. This can be through providing resources, offering feedback, or simply being a cheerleader. Provide feedback. Offering constructive feedback can help others improve and grow. Make sure to provide feedback in a respectful and supportive way. Connect people. If you know people who could benefit from meeting each other, make an introduction. This can help expand people's networks and create new opportunities. Give your time. Sometimes, the most valuable thing you can offer is your time. Volunteering, helping with a project, or simply being there to listen can be incredibly valuable to others. Remember, providing value to others should come from a place of genuine care and concern. By focusing on how you can help others, you can build stronger relationships and enhance your own sense of fulfillment and purpose. Lesson 10. Stay in love. There was a man named John who lived his life consumed by hate. He had a difficult childhood and had experienced a lot of pain and disappointment in his life. As a result, he had developed a deep-seated hatred towards the world and everyone in it. He saw everyone as his enemy and believed that the world was a terrible and unforgiving place. Despite his hatred, John had a desire for change in his life. He wanted to be happy and live a fulfilling life, but he felt trapped by his negative emotions. He tried to seek help from others, but his hate had made him unapproachable and difficult to be around. One day, John met a woman named Jane who saw something in him that others had missed. She recognized his pain and his desire for change, and she approached him with kindness and compassion. At first, John was wary of Jane and her kindness, but over time, he began to trust her. Jane encouraged John to open up about his past and to confront his negative emotions. She helped him to see that his hatred was holding him back from the life he wanted to live. She showed him that there was more to the world than his negative perceptions and that he could find happiness if he let go of his hate. John was skeptical at first, but he began to see the world in a different light. He saw the kindness in people's actions and the beauty in the world around him. He realized that his hate had been clouding his judgment and that he had been missing out on the positive experiences in life. Through Jane's love and support, John was able to let go of his hate and find peace in his heart. He learned that life was not about the pain and suffering he had experienced, but about the moments of joy and love that he could create. John was grateful for the change that Jane had brought into his life and knew that he would always be better for it. Love can be a powerful motivator when it comes to achieving our goals. When we are passionate about something and deeply invested in it, we are more likely to work hard, persevere through challenges, and stay committed over the long term. Elon Musk is a great example of someone who is driven by a deep love of his work. He is known for his passion for space exploration and renewable energy, and his companies, SpaceX and Tesla, reflect this passion. Musk has said that his goal is to help humanity become a multiplanetary species and to transition the world to sustainable energy. His love for these ideas has fueled his dedication and vision, even in the face of setbacks and challenges. Similarly, Bill Gates has a deep love for technology and innovation. He co-founded Microsoft with a vision to make personal computers accessible to everyone, and his passion for this idea drove the company's success. Gates has also used his wealth and influence to support causes he cares about, such as global health and education. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, is another example of someone who is motivated by a deep love for his work. He has said that his goal is to make it easy for small businesses to do business anywhere in the world, and his passion for this idea has helped to drive the success of Alibaba. Ma is also known for his love of teaching and education, and has devoted significant resources to promoting education and entrepreneurship in China and beyond. In all of these cases, love has been a powerful force for driving success and making a positive impact on the world. When we are driven by a deep love for our work and our goals, we are more likely to stay committed, persevere through challenges, and ultimately achieve our dreams. As you head toward your goal, remember the final lesson. Embrace love. This love encompasses cherishing every moment of life, appreciating nature's beauty in every form, be it plants, animals, mountains, oceans, forests, lakes, or even the people around us. Love is the essence of life, and without it, we are incomplete. The more we love others, the more love we receive from life. So, let love be your guide and embrace all that life has to offer. Here are some tips that can help you stay in love, not just in personal relationships, but in any relationship or situation. Practice gratitude. When you appreciate the good things in your life, you're more likely to feel positive and happy, which can translate into love for the people around you. Show empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their perspective. This can help you develop deeper connections with them and maintain a loving attitude. Communicate effectively. Open and honest communication is key to maintaining any relationship. Make sure you listen to the other person's needs and communicate your own in a clear and respectful way. Make time for connection. Whether it's a coffee break with a coworker or a weekly phone call with a long-distance friend, making time to connect with the people you care about can help strengthen your bond and keep love alive. Cultivate self-love. Loving yourself is an essential part of staying in love with others. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, and practice self-compassion and acceptance. Focus on the positive. Instead of dwelling on the negatives in a relationship or situation, try to focus on the positive aspects. This can help you maintain a loving attitude and foster a more positive outlook overall. Another key factor in achieving your desired outcome is consistency. It's not enough to simply understand the principles and techniques presented in these lessons. You must apply them consistently in your daily life. This means developing new habits, routines, and behaviors that align with your goals and values. To help you stay consistent, it can be helpful to break down your goal into smaller, achievable steps. This will not only make your goal feel more attainable, but it will also give you a sense of progress and momentum as you work toward your desired outcome. Celebrating small wins along the way can also help you stay motivated and inspired. Another important aspect of achieving your desired outcome is staying accountable. This means taking responsibility for your actions and being willing to course correct or adjust your approach if necessary. Finally, it's important to recognize that achieving your desired outcome is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires ongoing learning, growth, and adaptation as you navigate new challenges and opportunities. By staying committed, consistent, accountable, and maintaining a positive mindset, you can achieve the success you desire and live a fulfilling, purpose-driven life. It can be helpful to find an accountability partner or coach who can help you stay on track and provide support and guidance as needed. If you consistently follow and apply the teachings presented in these lessons, I am confident that you will make substantial strides towards your desired outcome. Whether your goal is to improve your health, enhance your relationships, advance your career, or achieve any other aspiration, the principles outlined here can help you get there. However, it's important to acknowledge that progress is not always linear, and setbacks or challenges may arise along the way. It's during these moments that your mindset and attitude can make all the difference. Negativity, whether in the form of self-doubt, fear, or criticism, can hinder your progress and ultimately prevent you from reaching your goals. Therefore, it's essential to consciously let go of any negative thoughts or behaviors that may be holding you back. This may involve reframing your self-talk, challenging limiting beliefs, or seeking support from others who can help you stay motivated and focused. At the same time, it's equally important to cultivate a positive mindset that will bring you closer to success. This may involve practicing gratitude, visualization, and affirmations to help you stay focused on your goals and maintain a sense of optimism and enthusiasm. Remember, the journey towards achieving your desired outcome is not a sprint, but a marathon. It requires commitment, perseverance, and a willingness to learn and grow along the way. By applying the principles outlined in these lessons and staying focused on cultivating a positive mindset, You can overcome any obstacle and achieve the success you desire.